So, good day, ma'am. Good day, everyone. So, my topic is all about Kant's Deontological Ethics, the moral duty to do right. So, criticisms and limitations of Kantian ethics. So, rigidity and absolutism, difficulty in determining duties, and lack of consideration for consequences, and potential for moral absolutism. So, what is rigidity and absolutism? So, Kant's ethics have been criticized as overly rigid and absolutist, failing to account for the nuances and complexities of real-world moral dilemmas. The categorical imperative can lead to counterintuitive consolations in certain cases. So, what is difficulty in determining duties? Kant's theory provides titled guidance on how to determine specific moral duties and complex situation. The process of deriving universal maxims and testing them against the categorical imperative can be challenging and open to interpretations. So, what is lack of consideration for consequences? So, lack consideration for consequences by focusing solely on the nature of the action and the agent's intentions. Kantian ethics neglects the importance of actual consequences of our choices. These can lead to moral prescriptions that seems at odds with common senses and moral intuition. So, there are four core values. These are the integrity, ethics, principles, and accountability. So, potential for moral absolutism. Kant's emphasizes on categorical moral rules and duties has been criticized for potential leading to moral absolutism, where certain actions are deemed unethical regardless of the context or consequences. This all about, it talks about consequences on how we do actions, so we expect our consequences. So therefore, we must think first what we do, because after that we expected a consequences. So we must do or think what we do. So next is reconciling Kantian ethics with consequentialism. So moral rules and duties, consideration of consequences, and integrated approach. So first, moral rules and duties. So Kantian ethics emphasizes the importance of moral rules and duties, which provide a principal foundation for ethical decision making. So the second one, consideration of consequences. Consequential theories like utilitarianism focus on how outcomes of actions aiming to maximize overall well-being or happiness. So these are talks about the consequences of our action. So therefore, before we must do, we need to think first what are consequence we must faces after that action. So this all about talking about the consequences. So the three is integrated approach. Some philosophers have attempted to reconcile these two perspectives, arguing that both moral rules and consequences must be taken into account for truly ethical decision making. So, the enduring influence of Kantian ethics. So, first is philosophical legacy, human dignity, legal political thought, and ongoing relevance. So, philosophical legacy. So, what is philosophical legacy? Philosophical legacy, Kant's deontological ethics have had profound and lasting impact on Western moral philosophy, influencing subsequent thinkers and theories. So, what is human dignity? Human dignity, Kant emphasizes on the inherent dignity and autonomy of person, has been a cornerstone of modern human rights and social justice movements. So this is the talks about human dignity, our own dignity. So what is legal and political thought? So legal and political thought, Kantian's principles have also shaped legal and political theory, informing ideas about individual rights, social contracts, and this rule of law. So, ongoing relevance. So, what is ongoing relevance? Ongoing relevance, despite its critics, can ethics continue. So, despite Kant's despite its critics, Kant continued to be widely studied and debated, remaining a central part of the philosophical uh, canon. So therefore, Kant continue their studied, even though they critics their studies. So therefore, uh, we, we must think that all our action need to be think first before we must do something wrong or bad, because later on we must bring all the consequences that we do. So that's why we must be matured enough to think what we do, or what we want to do before thinking that uh, we don't have to be worried, because after all, uh, do, it's done and don't have a consequences. But wrong, all action has a consequences. So therefore we must and uh, think first before we do something. So that's all about my report, and thank you.